Amelia Bedelia. Oh, Amelia Bedelia, your first day of work, and I can't be here, but I made a list for you. You do just what the list says, said Mrs. Locker. Mrs. Locker got into the car with Mr. Locker. They drove away. My, what nice work. I'm going to like working here, said Amelia Bedelia. Amelia Bedelia went inside. Such a grand house. This must be rich folk, but I must get to work. Here I stand just looking, and me with a whole list of things to do. Amelia Bedelia stood there a minute longer. I think I will make a surprise for them. I will make lemon meringue pie. I do make good pie. So Amelia Bedelia went into the kitchen. She put a little of this and a pinch of that into a bowl. She mixed and she lowered. Soon her pie was ready to go into the oven. There, said Amelia Bedelia, that's done. Now let's see what the list says. Amelia Bedelia read, change the towel in the green bathroom. Amelia Bedelia found the green bathroom. Those towels are very nice. Why change them? She thought. Then Amelia Bedelia remembered what Mrs. Locker had said. She must do just what the list told her. Well, all right, said Amelia Bedelia. Amelia Bedelia got some scissors. She snipped a little here and a little there, and she changed those towels. There, said Amelia Bedelia. She looked at her list again. Dust the furniture. Did you ever hear tell of such a silly thing? At my house we undust the furniture, but to each his own way. Amelia Bedelia took a last look at the bathroom. She saw a big box with the word dusting powder on it. Well, look at that. A special powder to dust with, explained Amelia Bedelia. So Amelia Bedelia dusts the furniture. That should be dusty enough. My, how nice it smells. Through the drape when the sun come in, read Amelia Bedelia. She looked up. The sun was coming in. Amelia Bedelia looked at the list again. Through the drifts, that's what it says. I'm not much of hand at drawing, but I will try. So Amelia Bedelia sat right down and she drew those drifts. Amelia Bedelia marked up about the drifts. How? What? Put the light out when you pinch in finishing the living room. Amelia Bedelia thought about this a minute. She switched off the light. Then, when she carefully unscrewed each bulb, and Amelia Bedelia put the light out, so those things need to be aired out too, just like pillow and babies. Oh, I had have a last too long. My pie, exclaimed Amelia Bedelia. She hurried to kitchen just right, she said. She took the pie out of the oven and she put it on the table to cool. Then she looked at the list. Measure 2 cups of rice. That's next, said Amelia Bedelia. Amelia Bedelia found 2 cups. She filled them with rice, and Amelia Bedelia measured that rice. Amelia Bedelia laughed. This fork wants me to do funny thing. Then she put the rice back into the container. The meat market will deliver a steak and a chicken. Please trim the fat before you put the steak in the icebox, and please dress the chicken. When the meat arrived, Amelia Bedelia opened the bag. She looked at the steak for a long time. Yes, she said, that will do nicely. Amelia Bedelia got some lace and piece of ribbons, and Amelia Bedelia trimmed that fat before she put the steak in the icebox. Now I must dress the chicken. I wonder if she wants a he chicken or a she chicken, said Amelia Bedelia. Amelia Bedelia went right to work. Soon the chicken was finished. Amelia Bedelia heard the door opens. The forks are back, she said. She rushed out to meet them. Amelia Bedelia, why are all the light bulbs outside? Asked Mr. Locker. The list just says to put the light out, said Amelia Bedelia. I didn't say to bring them back in. Oh, I do hope they didn't get air too long. Amelia Bedelia, the sun will fade the furniture. Asked you to draw drapes, said Mrs. Locker. I did. See, said Amelia Bedelia. She held up her picture. Then Mrs. Locker saw the furniture. The furniture, she cried. Did the dust in well enough? Asked Amelia Bedelia. That's such nice dusting powder. Mr. Locker ran to wash his hands. I say, he called, these are very unusually towel. Mrs. Locker dashed into the bathroom. Oh, my bath towel, she said. Didn't I change them enough? Asked Amelia Bedelia. Mrs. Longer went to the kitchen. I'll cook the dinner. Where is the rice? I asked you to measure. I put it back in the container, but I remember it's measured 4.5 inches, said Amelia Bedelia. Was the meat liver? Asked Mrs. Locker. Yes, said Amelia Bedelia. I trimmed the fat just like you said. I does look nice. Mrs. Locker rushed to the icebox. She opened it. Race, ribbon. Oh dear, said Mrs. Locker. The chicken, you dress the chicken? Asked Mrs. Locker. Yes, I found the nicely box to put him in, said Amelia Bedelia. Box! Exclaimed Mrs. Longer. Mrs. Longer hurried over the box. She lifted the lid. There lay the chicken, and he was just as dressed as she could be. Mrs. Longer was very angry. She was. Mrs. Longer was angry. She was very angry. She opened her mouth. Mrs. Longer meant to tell Amelia Bedelia she was fired, but before she could get the word out, Mr. Locker put something in her mouth. It was so good, Mrs. Locker forgot about being angry. Lemon meringue pie, she exclaimed. I made it to surprise you, said Amelia Bedelia happily. So, right then and there, Mrs. and Mr. Locker decided that Amelia Bedelia must stay, and so she did. Mrs. Longer learned to say, undust the furniture, or light the light, close the drapes, and things like that. Mr. Locker didn't care if Amelia Bedelia trimmed of his steak with lace, or she cared about was having her there to make lemon meringue pie. Amelia Bedelia.